At this time, I call the meeting to order, and we will go right into our public hearing. So again, our public hearing is open, and we're going to first call Ms. Michelle Thomas once again, our Chief Financial Officer, and she will first provide a brief overview of the proposed tentative millage rates and the tentative budget for 2025-26. And following her overview, the public will have an opportunity to speak. Ms. Michelle.
Thank you. Good evening, Madam Chair, school board members, and Superintendent Dr. Prince, and Jen Lincoln. No one ever acknowledges you. This is the tentative budget hearing, and I will provide a brief overview of the tentative budget and millage rates. At the end of the presentation, the board will vote to approve the tentative millage rates. After the millage rates are approved, the board will vote to approve the tentative budget and resolutions, all three resolutions at one time. This shows the taxable value, millage, and tax collection estimates at 100% and 96%. We budget at 96%, and last year we collected at 96%. As a reminder, the board must levy the 3.0480 required local effort millage and the 1.0000 voted operating millage, the 0.7480 discretionary millage, and the 1.5000 capital operating millage are maximums. The only action the board could take would be to reduce those millages, and I do not recommend that. The total millage is 6.2960. The board does not have the authority to increase the millages as they are set by legislature and our maximum millage for the 25-26 school year. This shows a history of the millage rates going back to fiscal year 2007-8. And during this time, our highest millage rate was during fiscal year 10-11 at 8.1770. This shows the break between the operating, capital, and voted millages and where the legislature demanded a shift. Capital outlay shifted from 2 mills in 7-8 to 1.5 mills in 9-10. Since fiscal year 19-20, the district has also levied an additional 1 mill as a voted operating millage. This shows the average impact to the annual taxes of homeowners in the county. We get this information from the property appraiser's office each year. There's an increase in the non-voted millage by 0.91% and an increase in the average taxable value in the county by approximately 7.47%. Therefore, the average homeowner experiences an increase in annual taxes by approximately $98.75. This shows the taxable value history. The entire county's gross taxable value makes up the taxes that you will see on the next slide. And this shows the gross tax collection history and excludes the voted 1 mill. I'll show the impact of the 1 mill on the next slide. And here you can see the impact that the additional voted 1 mill will have on our collections for 25-26, with $48 million of additional revenue. This will be the 7th year recognizing revenue from the 1 mill as it was renewed in November 2022 for an additional 4 years as by law. The additional revenue generated from this 1 mill is used to recruit and retain qualified teachers, improve school security, improve mental health services, and fund other essential operations that preserve important school programs. As required by law, the 1 mill is proportionately shared with charter schools. Looking back at 7-8, we were collecting $185 million. For consistent comparison purposes, we exclude the additional voted 1 mill on this slide. We would be proposed to collect $257.6 million this year, so we are up $72.8 million compared to that benchmark year, and cumulatively $328.4 million in reduced tax burden to the property owners in the county. Incorporating the voted 1 mill, we are proposed to collect $306.2 million and over by $121.4 million compared to that benchmark year, but still cumulatively $84.6 million in reduced tax burden to the property owners. The rollback rate discussion is something we are required to talk about. Here's a table that helps to explain it. In 24-25, the taxable value was $46.4 billion. The millage rate was 6.2480. That millage generated $290.4 million. The rollback rate is a calculated rate that will generate the same exact revenue using this year's net taxable value. The calculated rollback rate is 5.9374, so 5.9374 times the current taxable value of $48.9 billion generates $290.4 million. Since we have a proposed rate of 6.2960, which exceeds 5.9374, we have to compare those two millage rates and make a public statement that the proposed rate is 6.04% greater than the rollback rate. Here is a summary of the budget. This includes beginning reserves, revenues, appropriations, and ending reserves for a grand total of $1,116,803,560, which is amended throughout the year by official board action. And this is an opportunity for anyone to address the board.
Is there anyone out there in the public that would like to address the board? Seeing none, Superintendent, may we have a recommendation?
I recommend the board approve the tentative required local effort millage of 3.0480 mils as specified in the resolution 2025-26 trim, tentative A.
Superintendent has recommended that we approve the adoption of the tentative required local effort millage for 2025-26. May I have a motion and a second?
Second.
So moved, Ms. Hawley, and second by Mr. Ingersoll. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Superintendent, may we have your next recommendation?
I recommend the board approve the tentative district school tax discretionary operating millage of 0.7480 mils as specified in the resolution 2025-26 trim, tentative A.
The superintendent has recommended that we approve the adoption of the tentative district school tax discretionary operating millage, for 2025-26. Board, I entertain a motion.
So moved.
So moved by Mr. Ingersoll, second by Ms. Hawley. Any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? This motion carries 5-0. Superintendent, may we have your next recommendation?
I recommend the board approve the tentative district discretionary local capital improvement millage of 1.50 mils as specified in the resolution 2025-26 trim, tentative A.
Superintendent has made a recommendation that we approve the adoption of the tentative district discretionary local capital improvement millage for 2025-26. May I have a motion and second? Moved by Mr. Ingersoll. Second, Ms. Hawley. Discussion, any discussion? All in favor, any opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Superintendent, your next recommendation, please.
I recommend the board approve the tentative district additional voted millage of 1.0 mils as specified in the resolution 2025-26 trim, tentative A.
Superintendent has recommended that we approve the adoption of tentative district additional voted operating millage. May I have a motion? Mr. Ingersoll, so moved. Second, Ms. Hawley. Any discussion, board? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Superintendent, your recommendation.
I recommend the board adopt the 2025-26 tentative budget in the amount of I recommend the board adopt the 2025-26 tentative budget in the amount of $1,108,347,198.
Board, the superintendent has recommended that we adopt the tentative budget for 2025-26. Call for a motion.
Correction. I've got a different, this is the number, I've got a different number. That's an incorrect number. Yep. My apologies, Madam Chair. May I do this one more time?
Yes.
You know what? Third time's the charm.
We can always ask for more money.
Yes, exactly. So my apologies. It is $1,116,803,560.
All right, Board. The superintendent has recommended that we adopt the tentative budget.
So moved.
So move, Mr. Ingersoll. Second, Ms. Hawley. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Superintendent?
I recommend the board adopt Resolution 2025-26 trim, tentative B, and Resolution 2025-26 trim, tentative C as submitted.
Superintendent has recommended that the board approve the adoption of the resolutions 2025-26 trim, tentative B and C. Call for a motion. So move, Mr. Ingersoll, second. Ms. Hawley. Discussion, anyone? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Last but not least, Superintendent, give us your recommendation, please, for the award of the
Yes.
RFP Multimedia Production Services for at-large district events.
I recommend the board award RFP 2526 to the responsive and responsible vendor, LCP Multimedia LLC, and authorized purchasing department to renew the contract for 3 additional one-year periods contingent upon annual contract's performance review. Initial term contract to commence July 30th, 2025 through July 29th, 2026. Option year 1, July 30th, 2026 through July 29, 2027. Option year 2, July 30th, 2027 through July 29, 2028. Option year 3, July 30, 2028 through July 29, 2029, as presented.
Superintendent has made recommendation to approve the multimedia production services for at-large district events. Call for a motion. So move, Mr. Ingersoll, second. Ms. Hawley, second. Any discussion, board? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0. We are adjourned.